1160, 101.1 FM.
It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS 101.1 FM and AM 1160, and it's a very, very special night. It is, after all, the road to the KCAC presented by First Commonwealth Bank. Greg Sipos of First Commonwealth Bank is on the line with us this morning. Jody Rainey is in studio with us. Conversation brought to you by Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Jody, good morning to you.
Good morning, Todd. Good morning, Greg.
There's Greg.
Good morning, guys.
How are you, Greg?
I'm doing great. Sorry I couldn't be there with you.
Hey, Greg, let me ask you this question. This is the sixth game at the KCAC for the Heritage Conference Championship. Have you called one in the past?
You know, I was fortunate enough to do the first one. I think it was Salzburg at the time. It was Salzburg and Ligonier Valley. What a blast. It was a great night.
Yeah, in fact, I got an email about that game earlier this morning from one of the Salzburg parents in that game saying how much he appreciated the fact that we were able to do the game and what a special night it was for his son to play in that game, even though he said that Sipos guy, he was a terrible. No, I'm just kidding.
Probably kicked a few as usual, but, you know, I tell the story. Now that you teed me up for it, I tell the story. I've been fortunate enough to do some quality games in my career. I'm not doing it anymore, but when there was about 3 minutes left in the game, and I can remember it was a tight game, and there was a timeout, and a young man from Salzburg was walking out, and I was standing underneath the basket ready to give him the ball, and the place was packed. And I told him, I said, you know what? I said, just take a look around, close your eyes, and take a picture, because you will never forget this in your life. And you know, it was a special moment, and that was one of the best environments, one of the best, you know, nights I've ever had in my career. And the young man's probably still remembering it. Even, you know, I think winning helped out with that cause too, but regardless, it would have been a great night for him.
Yeah, absolutely. And Jody, I know that those thoughts are things that you hear all the time as president of the conference, how special this night is.
Oh, it's very special, and I appreciate Greg sharing that. Him and I have had that conversation numerous times, and I really appreciate First Commonwealth Bank and stepping in and being our sponsor this year. And, you know, because Greg hit it right on the head. It's what it's about. It's about creating positive, enriching experiences that will last a lifetime for students. And that's why I'm encouraging everybody, basketball fans throughout our entire region, to come out tonight. You know, we weren't able to play at the KCAC last year. We are able to be back this year. And our kids deserve that. As I told you before, Todd, Homer Center won the girls' championship last year, and it was special, but it'd be a little bit more special to do it at the KCAC in front of people. So I really hope that a lot of fans of basketball come out tonight at the KCAC for the kids.
Yeah.
We have a lot going on, and, you know, and just, you know, I really want to provide that opportunity and that environment and that experience for kids. So, you know, even if you like art and you don't like basketball, we got that for them. Come out and support these kids. We really would hope to see a place packed again tonight.
Yeah, Judd McCullough of West Shamokin echoing those thoughts with us earlier this week as well. Greg, First Commonwealth Bank has really embraced the conference as a whole, this event in particular. And I know that there's a reason for that, and it's what Jody was just talking about, is supporting young people in whatever their endeavors are, whether it's the arts, the athletics, or the academics. I know First Commonwealth Bank, that's a very important thing for your whole organization, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you know, Jody and I started having this conversation back whenever, you know, they were, you know, on the football side doing the Appalachian Bowl, and, you know, being able to support, you know, the young student athletes. And because Jody and I go back, you know, to our high school days, and our friendship's that long, and, you know, just the amount of work that Jody's put in, along with other people like Colin Stokes and just so many people to name, and the groundwork that they've set, and for us to be able to step in and you know, for the Appalachian Bowl at that point in time, and now to have the opportunity to also support, you know, events like tonight. You know, I like to think that, you know, we've stepped forward to the point you just made, Todd, is, you know, I'm not allowed to say it probably, but I feel in my mind we're like the official bank of the Heritage Conference, you know, and it's really important to me, from being from this community and just having that touch and all the roots that First Commonwealth has in, you know, not only in Indiana County, but Cambria County and Somerset County and all the other ones that we touch through all that. This is where we were formed, and to Jody's point, you know, the kids deserve it.
Yeah, and historically, the First Commonwealth, it's known as First Commonwealth Bank now. Even in the days of National Bank of the Commonwealth and the way that
Right.
it was formulated, that's been a part of sort of the DNA of that entire organization.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we've been fortunate enough to expand into the Ohio market and to other parts of Pennsylvania, but 70% of our deposit base is still located in Western Pennsylvania. And those are the people that are just historically, they're legacy people that have been around. They care about the community, and it's just important for us to be able to give back.
Absolutely. Jody Rainey, Heritage Conference President, pretty momentous announcement yesterday as well that Conemaugh Valley is going to be joining the conference. And I was talking this morning on the Sports Report about now the breakdown of the Heritage Conference. There will be 6 teams based in Indiana County, 4 teams based in Cambria County, and 1 team in Armstrong County, based in Armstrong County. But like First Commonwealth Bank has a very large footprint. The footprint's getting a little bit bigger for the conference too, isn't it?
It is. But I think that the footprint geographically fits well. We presented mileage to each of our schools. It's like for Homer Center, it's only 33 miles actually to Conemaugh Valley, which it sometimes maybe seems further. But I do think they fit demographically. They embody all the different characteristics and values Greg was alluding to with like the people that are depositories of his bank and the stuff like that. Their bank at First Commonwealth. They're just good, hardworking, blue-collar people who just want the best opportunities for their kids to compete in a fair and equitable way. And, we're really excited to bring them in. It creates some challenges having an odd number of teams with 11 for athletics, but nothing that we can't overcome. And as we said when we met with them, it's about kids. It's about providing opportunities, positive, enriching experiences for kids. And we think that it's a perfect fit for Conemaugh Valley and for the member schools of the conference. So we're very excited to have them on. And, we're going to actually host Jeff Miller, the principal of Conemaugh Valley, tonight at the game.
And just to clarify for folks, because it seems obvious to me, but maybe just so folks know, there is a cooperative agreement between Ferndale and Conemaugh Valley for football, but this doesn't bring Ferndale in as a school for basketball and other sports. It just happens to be under the Conemaugh Valley brand that Ferndale will be sending football players to CV.
That's correct. And they also have, Conemaugh Valley has a co-op agreement for volleyball also with Black Lake Valley. So they play under the Conemaugh Valley banner. And then obviously we know of the Black Lake co-ops with United in cheering, wrestling, and football that will be coming too. Conemaugh Valley will become a full member, though, 23-24. So it won't be for this coming season, but it'll be for the following season.
When we all gather together tonight at the KCAC, again, it's the Heritage Conference Championships, the road to the KCAC, presented by First Commonwealth Bank. It will be the first time that Portage is coming in to see this as a future member of the conference, even though they are competing in some sports now. And Cambria Heights' first experience as a full member of the conference as well. Those schools that have historically been there, though, for these first 5 seasons of the road to the KCAC, I know that it remains very special for them. There are some teams that are beginning to be juggernauts a little bit. West Shamokin has had both a boys and a girls presence on the road to the KCAC. United is back here, and they're Homer Center, Penn's Manor teams. Those schools, they traditionally are right in there for the running, and it's good to see that all of them remain so very excited about this event.
It is fun. And, in the past, in the founding days of the Heritage Conference, we used just to play our conference schedule, and whoever had the most wins, had the best record was the champion. I just think it's such a great experience for kids to have the championship experience. I know for Homer Center girls tonight, we dropped the game by 1 point, was settled in the final 7 seconds up at Penn's Manor earlier this year in December. So, we're looking forward to the opportunity to go out and see if we can compete. And I know both teams have improved, but I think championships need to be won on the floor, and championships need to be won. You got to perform as a champion on the day you need to perform as a champion and at that level. And, and just the experience it creates. Greg talked about it, just look around and take this in. And, and that's why First Commonwealth Bank's so important to us for this. I mean, Greg alluded, we've been friends and teammates for a long, long time, both at the high school and collegiate level. And I know what athletics means to me. I know what it means to Greg, but I also know what it means to both of us to push that forward and provide the opportunities we were afforded as student athletes. And I'm just so grateful for Greg and First Commonwealth Bank and Greg's team, John and Dave, and the whole team at First Commonwealth Bank. I mean, they're truly, there's importance to having partners, but it's really important to have partners that have the same vision and ideas of providing these opportunities for students, and we have that in First Commonwealth Bank for sure.
Greg Sipos, I know that a big part of this event for Jody and the entire conference and for First Commonwealth Bank is the fact that this is an athletic night, but it's also an academic night, and it's a night to celebrate the arts at all of these member schools. That's just as important, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, every young individual has different talents, and to be able to recognize all of those talents is very important. I mean, across the board, I don't care. Todd, you laid it out perfectly. Whatever discipline you might be in, I know that it's important to be recognized by your peers, and again, in a facility that's top 5 in the country rated. I mean, there's no better place. I mean, I'm getting excited even talking about it right now, and I can't even imagine being part of the event tonight again, and all the parents that get excited for their kids, and all the pictures that'll be taken, and all of the holidays in the future where they'll sit around and talk about the event that's about to happen tonight because of all the hard work that Jody and his team have done, over the years, and making sure that those memories are made.
Well, First Commonwealth Bank is not only a great part of the Heritage Conference. It's the title sponsor of this program, Indiana in the Morning, here on WCCS. Greg Sipos, thank you so much for being with us here today on behalf of First Commonwealth Bank, but also on behalf of all of these kids whose athletic careers you have helped to further down through the years, their parents too, and let's face it, their grandparents, because you're that old.
You were kind up until the end there, Tom.
Right till the end.
Well, be nice to the officials tonight. As you're announcing the game, just remember they're people too.
I'll try my best to do that. I know who they are tonight. I've already got the list, so it's going to be difficult in one or two cases, but I think I can do it.
Appreciate you guys, I really do, and thank you for all, Todd. Thanks for all that you do for the community, and also for Renda and everything. The partnership that we have. Couldn't be the partnership without you guys also. So thank you, and Mark and the team.
It is our pleasure. Jody, anything that fans need to know about arriving tonight and gates opening, you can still get your tickets right up to game time, I'm sure.
Yeah, gates open at 5 o'clock. You can get your ticket right at the gate for $5. Just a reminder that the IUP does have an indoor masking policy. There will be masks provided. We're simply asking people still to come out, support the kids. Let's keep in mind what this is about, is creating this environment for kids tonight. So, you're going to be asked, you're going to be given a mask, asked to wear it. There'll be a lot of reminders about it. So we just asked, we're grateful that IUP and KCAC is still able to host this event. So, yeah, $5 at the gate. Gates open at 5 o'clock. And come out, enjoy the art, enjoy the kids getting scholarships, enjoy the game, enjoy the atmosphere, meet friends, talk to people. And one thing you can be sure of, that I'm sure Greg and I will not have any of our old artwork displayed in the show tonight. So that's something that's worth coming to, so you don't have to see that, but you can actually see some real artists displaying some stuff.
You can go visit Greg's house. He's got it all on display still. It's on the refrigerator in a magnet, isn't it? Hey, Greg, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thanks a lot, Todd. Thanks, Jody.
Hey, thanks, Greg. Looking forward to seeing you tonight.
Have a great day. It is 24 and a half after 9 o'clock. The Road to the KCAC, presented by First Commonwealth Bank tonight. It's the voice of Indiana County, WCCS, 101.1 FM and AM 1160.